Namaskar. Let us discuss partial fractions. Now, rational fractions, there are two types. One is proper rational function and other is improper rational function. Now, a fraction in which degree of numerator is less than degree of denominator, then it is called a proper rational fraction. And if the degree of numerator is equal to or greater than degree of denominator, then it is called improper fraction, improper rational fraction. Now, the rational fractions which are proper or the proper rational functions, we can use partial fractions to split them as shown here. Now, first we can see that when we have denominator as a linear factors like x minus a, x minus b, x minus c, provided the degree of numerator is less than degree of denominator, then I can express this rational form as a upon x minus a plus b upon x minus b plus c upon x minus c, where a, b and c are some constants. So I can say that this form, the form which you can see on the left side, this form can be represented in the form which we have shown here, like a upon x minus a plus b upon x minus b plus c upon x minus c. Okay, so for some constant values a, b and c, I can express this form as this form, provided it is a rational form. It is a proper rational form. Degree of numerator is less. Now, we have three types. So, first type is that denominator is a linear factors. Then the second type is that denominator is linear factors, but some of the linear factors, they are repeating. Like here, in this case, x minus a is repeating. Okay, and this is a proper fraction. So, when one linear factor is repeating, then in that case we can express that as a upon x minus a. See, x minus a I am writing one time, then b upon x minus a the whole square plus c upon x minus c. So I can say that for some constant a, b and c, I can express this px square plus qx upon plus r upon x minus a the whole square into x minus b as a upon x minus a plus b upon x minus a the whole square plus c upon x minus c. Now, the third type is that we have one factor as linear and one factor as quadratic. Now, here I am talking one factor as linear, one factor as quadratic. There could be more than one quadratic factors. Okay, so what we are doing, we are writing this as a upon x minus a. So for linear factor, we are using only one constant in the numerator, that is a upon x minus a. You can take any other symbol in place of a, plus where denominator is of quadratic form, there we use a linear factor in the numerator like bx plus c. So for each quadratic form, we are going to use a linear form or linear factor in the numerator. For each linear, okay, for each linear factor, we are going to use a constant in the numerator. So if we have one more quadratic factor like x square plus 5 square, something like that, then for that, here we can use one more linear form, that is dx plus e upon x square plus 5 square, like that. So when we have denominator as linear factors, individual linear factors, then their numerators will be some constant numbers like a upon b upon c upon. If the denominator we have a factor which is repeating, like in the second example x minus a is repeating, then we can express them as a upon x minus a plus b upon x minus a the square. Suppose here x minus a cube is there, that means x minus a is repeating 3 times. Then for that we will write x upon a upon x minus a plus b upon x minus a the square plus c upon x minus a the cube, like that. Okay, so these kind of proper fractions, okay, can be represented using some technique in this particular form. Now this particular form is easy to solve problems, okay, where we have integration involving integration of these kind of things, then it is easy to express them in the partial form and then solve it. So partial form is a different topic, we can say, where we understand how to express these proper forms in the partial forms. Now if the fraction is improper rational fraction, so if it is improper, that means degree of numerator is less than degree of denominator. So when degree of numerator is equal to or greater than degree of denominator, then what we do, we first divide numerator by denominator. We use long division methods, and then we have some quotient, and then we have remainder upon divisor. So when you see remainder upon divisor, then that is of the proper form, and that proper form we can use partial fraction and solve. So let us move to the problems. Let us see different types of problems, and let us see how we are going to solve them. So first problem which I have taken here, you can see it is 2x divided by x square plus 3x minus 4. So the denominator, if you see, you will say that this is a quadratic form, but we can simplify this denominator. Okay, let us simplify. First you check whether you can make a simple linear forms out of this. Okay, so x square minus 3x plus 3x minus 4, what you can do, you can use the splitting of middle term method, and this minus 4 can be split as plus 4x minus x. Their addition is plus 3x and their product is minus 4. Now this you can write as 2x divided by, here I will take x common, so it is x plus 4, and here I will take minus 1 common, it is x plus 4 here. So this is equal to 2x divided by x plus 4, I have one factor, and x minus 1, I have another factor. Now this is of type 1, so I can express this as, I will say that let this 2x divided by x plus 4 into x minus 1 as a upon x plus 4 plus b upon x minus 1. That is what I want to say, is that there are two constants a and b, for which this 2x upon x plus 4 into x minus 1 will be equals to a upon x plus 4 plus b upon x minus 1. Now here I am going to discuss two methods by which you can find the value of a and b. Okay, so first before we discuss two separate methods, first what I have to do, I have to make denominator same both the sides. Okay, so your first step is always to make the denominator same. So here you will write 2x divided by x plus 4 into x minus 1, and here it is a divided by x plus 4 is there. So what you do, you multiply numerator and denominator by x minus 1, and similarly this b, you multiply numerator and denominator with x plus 4. So for both a and b, your denominator will be x plus 4 into x minus 1. So one step I have reduced by writing this step. Okay, so now you can see your left hand part and right hand part denominator is x plus 4 into x minus 1. So you can omit that, and simply you can write that 2x is equals to a type x minus 1 plus b time x plus 4. Okay, now from here I have two different methods to find the value of a and b. Let us discuss them one by one. First I am going to use the substitution method. And substitution method, what we do, we first use some proper substitution by which I can make this b term 0. Okay, so easily you can figure out that if I use x equal to minus 4, if I use x is equals to minus 4, then this whole term will become 0. So let us say कि put x equal to minus 4, as this is equality. So for any value of x, both the sides are going to be equal. So let x is equals to minus 4. So therefore here we have 2 into minus 4 is equals to a into, this is minus 4 minus 1. So therefore I will say that minus 8 is equals to minus 5a. Therefore I have a equal to 8 upon 5. So I got the value of a. Now to get the value of b, I will use the same procedure. That means I will make this a part 0. So for that we put x is equals to 1. So here I will put x is equals to plus 1. So when I put x is equals to plus 1, I will have 2 equal to b into 1 plus 4. This is 5b. This will give me 5b equal to 2. That is b equal to 2 upon 5. And hence therefore I will say that therefore my expression, okay, which is 2x upon x plus 4x minus 1, which is ultimately 2x upon x square plus 3x minus 4. Okay, so therefore directly you can say that x square upon 2x upon, okay, so this is, I will erase this, better I will copy what is here, 2x upon this term, this whole term I will place here. This will be equal to a. So what is the value of a? 8 upon 5. So numerator is 8 upon 5, denominator is a upon x plus 4. So a upon x plus 4 plus b. So the value of b is 2 upon 5. So my numerator is 2 upon 5. Divide by, here the denominator is x minus 1. So I have expressed this as 8 upon 5 divided by x plus 4 plus 2 upon 5 divided by x plus 1. Now this is one method. Let us discuss another method. So I will write this expression, which is 2x is equals to a into, so let us use another color, 2x is equals to, we have a into x minus 1 plus b into x plus 4. So what I will do here, I will expand this bracket. So it is ax minus a plus bx plus 4b. Okay, then I will okay, do some adjustments and write all x terms together, all constant together. So here it is a plus b times x, then we have plus, here we have minus a plus 4b. Okay, it is better that I will use the plus sign in between. Here we have 2x. Okay, now when I compare power of x on both the sides, okay, so comparing, I will say that comparing both side, okay, so both side you are going to compare x square term with x square term, you are going to compare x with x, you are going to compare constant with constant. So comparing both the sides, we have now x term, we have 2x here and here a plus b times x. So comparing what we get a plus b is equals to 2. So this is equation 1, and we get minus a plus 4b as 0 because no constant is here. Okay, no constant is on the left hand side. Now I have to solve equation 1 and 2. So solving, I will say solving equation 1 and 2. How you can solve? You can add them. Solving equation 1 and 2. So solving equation 1 and 2, we get 5b is equals to 2. That gives us the value of b as 2 upon 5. The value of b we got 2 upon 5. So here also we got 2 upon 5, right? Then once I got the value of b, I can put this value of b in any of the equation. So I will say that put b is equals to 2 upon 5 in equation 1. So in equation 1 I will put the value of b, I will get a is equals to 2 minus 2 upon 5, that gives 10 minus 2, 8 upon 5. Okay, so therefore finally again you have required expression 2x upon x square plus 3x minus 4 as 8 upon 5 divided by x plus 4 plus 2 upon 5 x minus 1. So here I discussed two methods. Now which method is more easy? I think this first method is little easy as compared to second method. So you can use this method for solving all types of problem. Sometime here you find difficult, then try this method. Okay, here this method is also easy, but here we have to solve linear equations. When two variables are involved, then it is little easy. When three variables are involved, then it is little difficult. Okay, So we are going to see problems involving 3 variables also. So let us see the second question. Second question is x square plus 2 upon x minus 1, x plus 2, x plus 3. Okay, already denominator is in the linear factor form. So what I will say that let this term, which is x square plus 2 divided by x minus 1, x plus 2 and x plus 3, I will write this as a upon x minus 1 plus b upon x plus 2 plus c upon x plus 3. Okay, so I have expressed them in some form. For a, b and c, this left hand side is going to be equal to this right hand side. Now what I said that you have to, okay, you have to now do some do calculation so that your denominator on the left hand side and right hand side are same. So here we are going to multiply this a with x plus 2 and then x plus 3 plus b, we are going to multiply this b with x minus 1 and x plus 3, right, and c we are going to multiply by x minus 1 and x plus 2. So each term has denominator which is x minus 1, x plus 2 and x plus 3. Now what we do? We cancel denominator from left hand side and right hand side. Therefore ultimately I have x square plus 2 is equals to a into x plus 2 into x plus 3 plus b into x minus 1 into x plus 3 plus c into x minus 1 into x plus 2. Now here we are going to use a substitution for value of x so that we get the value of a, b and c. Now to get the value of a, I need b and c to be 0. Now you can see that b and c both have one factor x minus 1. Okay, so if I put x equal to 1, okay, if I put x equal to 1, then what happens? My left hand side will become 1 square is 1 plus 2 and right hand side will become a times 1 plus 2 which is 3 and 1 plus 3 which is 4. So 3 is equals to 4 3 is 12 times a, that gives me the value of a as 3 upon 12 which is 1 upon 4. So this is value of a we got. Now to get the value of b, I want a and c to be 0. Now you can figure out that a and c both have x plus 2 as one factor. So here what you do, you put x equal to minus 2. So when we put x equal to minus 2, we get minus 2 square. So minus 2 square is 4 plus 2 equal to my a term is 0. My b term is minus 2 minus 1, that gives me minus 3, and minus 2 plus 3, that gives me 1, and my c part is 0. So 6 is equals to minus 3b. This gives me the value of b as 6 upon minus 3 is equals to minus 2. So this is the value of b. And now I want the value of c. So for that I see a and b. What is common? X plus 3 is common. So here I will put x equal to minus 3. So when we put x equal to minus 3 square is 9 plus 2 is equals to, now here the value of a is 0, value of b is 0, and value of c is c into minus 3 minus 1 will be minus 4, and minus 3 plus 2 is minus 1. So 9 plus 2 11 is equals to minus minus plus, so 4c. So that gives me the value of c as 11 divided by 4. Value of c is 11 divided by 4. Value of b is minus 2. Value of a is 1 upon 4. Okay. So we got the value of a, b and c. Therefore, finally I will write my expression, the given expression, which is x square upon, so let us copy from here itself. The given expression is x square, this whole term, copy and we paste here. Okay, this will be equal to a upon, so value of a is 1 upon 4, so I will say 1 divided by 4 upon this divided by, so let us write this 1 divided by 4 as 1 upon 4 you can take out also, means you can write 1 divided by 4 into 1 upon x minus 1, right? Okay, this is more useful when we are doing integration. Plus b, so value of b is minus 2, so I will write minus 2 into 1 upon x plus 2, and then I have c, so c is 11 divided by 4, so positive sign 1 upon x plus 3. This is how we got the value of a, b and c. Now if we are using that comparison method, then in that case what we do? So if we are using comparison method, then in that case till here, so I have to do, so this I will copy and then we paste somewhere here. So this term is there. Now what I have to do, I have to expand this right hand side, okay. Now for expansion, I am not going to multiply this bracket with this bracket, this bracket with this bracket, like that. It will take a lot of time. So what we are going to do, we know that there are going to be x square term, there are going to be x term, and there are going to be constants. So check what are the x square terms we will get. So this x and x, they multiply and we will get x square. That x square is multiplied by a. So for x square we have one coefficient a. Then for x square here I have one coefficient b. Then for x square I have one coefficient c. So it is a plus b plus c times x square. Okay. Now let us see what are the coefficients of x. So this x multiplied by 3, that is 3x, and this 2 multiplied by x, that is 2x. So 5x. Okay. Now 5x multiplied by a, so I will write 5 times a. Okay. Similarly here, x multiplied by 3 is 3x minus x. So 3x minus x is 2x. It is multiplied by b, so plus 2b. And here we have 2x minus x. So 2x minus x is x. So here I have plus c. So 5a plus 2b plus c times x, I will write plus x. Now I have to write all the constant terms. So for constant terms, 3 to the 6. So this is 6a. Now here I have 3 into 1. So 3 into minus 1 is minus 3. Minus 3 multiplied by b is, so minus 3b. And here I have minus 2c. So I feel you take some time to master in this way of writing, but it will be helpful for you, okay, to avoid lot of steps and also avoid mistakes in solving the problem. So x square plus 2 you can write like this. Now if you compare both sides, so I will say comparing both sides. So when you compare, you see that x square is on left hand side and right hand side. So you can say that the value of a plus b plus c is equals to 1, because coefficient of x square here is 1. Then the value of 5a plus 2b plus c, this is going to be 0, because there is no x term. And finally you have one more equation, that is 6 times a minus 3 times b minus 2 times c is equals to plus 2. Okay. So we have got 3 equations. Now here we have to solve these 3 equations. When it is 2 equations, it is easy, but when 3 equations are there, then it is little complicated. How we solve these 3 equations? So one way is that, okay, from this equation 2, I can see that the value of c is minus 5a minus 2b. So I can say that from equation 2, the value of c is minus 5 times a and minus 2 times b. Okay. Now I am going to put this value of c, let us consider this as equation 4, and equation 1 and 2. So from equation 1, from 1 I will get value of a, I will write a, plus I will write b, then for c I will write minus 5a minus 2b, and my right hand side is 1. This is my first equation, that is a minus 5a is what? Minus 4a. b minus 2b is what? Minus b. So minus 4a minus b is equals to 1. Okay, you consider this as fifth equation. And from equation 3, similarly from equation 3, okay, 6a, so write 6a, minus 3b, so write minus 3b, minus 2c, so again in place of c replace minus 5a minus 2b is equals to, here we are getting answer as 2. So we open the bracket, 6a plus 5 to the 10a, 6 plus 10, 16a, minus 3b, and here we have minus minus plus, minus 3b plus 4b, minus 3b plus 4b is b, is equals to, we have 2. So now equation 5 and equation 6, if I add them we will cancel. So I will say that solving equation 5 and 6, solving equation 5 and 6, you can say adding equation 5 and 6. So when we add 16 minus 4 I will get 12a equal to, here 1 plus 2 I will get 3. So therefore the value of a is 3 upon 12, it is equals to 1 upon 4. Okay, now again I will put this value of a in any of the equation. So put, I will say, okay, let us use this sixth equation, put a equal to 1 upon 4 in equation 6. So 16 into 1 upon 4 plus b is equals to 2. So 4 4 are 16. So b is equals to 2 minus 4. 2 minus 4 is minus 2. So value of b is minus 2. And finally c is equals to, the value of c is minus 5 times, okay, what we have written, c is minus 5 times a minus 2 times b. So minus 5 times a minus 2 times b. So this is minus 5 into 1 upon 4 minus 2 times b. So minus 2 into minus 2. So this is minus 5 divided by 4. This is plus 4. So this is minus 5 plus 16 whole divided by 4. So minus 5 plus 16 a is what? It is 11 divided by 4. So value of c is 11 divided by 4. Value of b is minus 2. And value of a is 1 upon 4. And what we get in the previous calculation, what we have done here, 1 upon 4 minus 2 and 11 upon 4. Right, the same values we are getting at both the places, but it seems that the first method is simpler and the second method is little complicated. But it is not valid for all the problems. In some problem you will find that this second method is easy. So problem to problem you have to analyze which method you prefer. You can solve both the, you can solve problems by any of these two methods. Okay, all the problems can be solved by these two methods. Now let us see this third question. Third question is x square upon x square plus 1, x square minus 2, x square plus 3. Now here if you see, your denominator is of the quadratic form. So for quadratic form my numerator will be a linear equation. So in linear equation we are seeing that there are two constants a and b, like ax plus b, cx plus d, okay, then ex plus f, like that. So how many constants? There are total 6 constants that we need to find out when we write this expression as ax plus b. We can write this expression as, what I can say, that I can write this as ax plus b upon x square plus 1 plus cx plus d upon x square minus 2 plus ex plus f upon x square plus 3. Okay, but as number of variables are more, it is very difficult. Okay, in your class you will not get more than 3 variables. Okay, so 4 variable is also a very rare chance that you will get 4 variables. So how then we convert this in 3 variables? So for that, if you replace, okay, if you replace your x square by say a, okay, then what you will get? You will get this expression as a upon a plus 1 into a minus 2 into a plus 3. Okay, now you can write this as a upon capital A upon a plus 1. Now a, if you confuse by this a, so in place of a you can take any other variable. Okay, say p, you can take p, then it is plus b upon a minus 2 plus we have c upon a plus 3. And now you can solve this problem as you have done the previous problem. Okay, and then you replace here. This is possible because in numerator as well as in denominator we have x square term. Okay, no x term is there. If there is any x term, then this method will not work because my numerator will become root a, and then it is difficult to write that in this particular form. Okay, so you have to check, okay, whether you can write this in this form or not. Now as I said that this kind of problems, means partial fraction, mostly you are going to use in integration type of problems. So it may happen that in integration type of problem the numerator is in the form of x. Okay, so in that case you replace x square by t and differentiate, that is 2x dx, you will say dt, and then your numerator x will gone, and then whatever is remaining that you can write as a partial fraction. So this problem you can solve yourself. Third problem, I am not going to do it. Now let us see another type. Now here denominator x plus 1, okay, this is linear factor but it is repeating. So as it is repeating, what we are going to say that this is equals to a upon x plus 1 plus b upon x plus 1 the whole square plus c upon x plus 3. Okay, now again I am going to make denominator same on both the sides. Now for that, already x plus 1 is here. So what we have to do? We have to multiply numerator by x plus 1, so that denominator will become x plus 1 square and x plus 3. So you will find that your numerator, okay, first is x plus 1 into x plus 3. Now plus b times, I am going to write denominator only once because all the 3 terms are having the same denominator, which is x plus 1 the whole square into x plus 3. Now the second term plus b, already I have x plus 1 the whole square, so only I have to write x plus 3, and for c I am going to write x plus 1 the whole square. Okay, x plus 3 is there, so I will write x plus 1 the whole square. So here don't try to cross multiply, okay, try to make denominator same. Okay, the method which you have learned in your 5th or 6th standard, that method is more suitable than cross multiplication method in this problem. Now as denominator are same both the sides, what we are going to do? We are going to write only numerators on both the sides. So I have 3x minus 2 is equals to a times x plus 1 into x plus 3. Then I have plus b times x plus 3. Then I have c times x plus 1 the whole square. Okay, now this problem is different from the previous problem. Now here again you can expand them and you can compare the coefficients of x square, coefficients of x like that, or you can use the substitution method. Now let us see substitution method and see how the substitution here is different from the previous problem. So while using substitution, what we are going to do? We are going to make either this part 0, okay, or this part 0. So I have two choice whether I can put x is equals to minus 3 or x is equals to minus 1. So let us put x is equals to minus 3. So when I put x is equals to minus 3, this first term will become 0. Here if I put x is equals to minus 3, so it is minus 9, minus 2. And right hand side this is equals to, this first term will become 0, this second term will become 0, and here minus 3 plus 1 is minus 2, minus 2 square is 4. So this is 4c. Okay. So minus 9 minus 2 is what? Minus 11 is equals to 4c. Therefore 4c is equals to, or I will say that therefore c is equals to, c is equal to minus 11 upon 4. The value of c is minus 11 upon 4. I got the value of c. Okay. Now I have one more choice. I can put x is equals to minus 1 we can put. So when we put minus 1, so this is minus 3 minus 2 is equals to, on right hand side a will be 0 and this c will be 0. I have b into minus 1 plus 3 is 2. So that means minus 5 is equals to 2b. That means b is equals to minus 5 upon 2. So we got the value of c and we got the value of b. Now to get the value of a, there is no substitution available which will give me directly the value of a. Then in that case what we are going to do, we are going to use the value of c as well as the value of b, okay, and put any value of x which we have not put yet. So minus 3 we have put, minus 1 we have put, so I will put x is equals to any other value, let us say put 0. So when I put 0, I will get left as minus 2. On right hand side, by putting 0, a is unknown, so I will write a into 0 plus 1 is 1 and 0 plus 3 is 3. So 1 into 3 I will write 3. Okay. So minus 2 is equals to a into 3. Then we have plus b. So the value of b is minus 5 upon 2. And the value of x we have taken 0. So here I have only 3. And then finally I have c, which is minus 11 upon 4. And then here 0 plus 1 is 1, 1 square is 1. Okay. So therefore I will say that minus 2 is equals to 3a. Okay. Minus, it is 5 3 is 15, 15 upon 2. Then minus 11 upon 4. So therefore this minus 2, okay, this term will come on this side. So minus 2 plus 15 upon 2 plus 11 upon 4 is equals to 3 times a. So therefore I will take LCM. LCM is 4. So this is minus 8 plus 15 to the 30 plus 11 whole divided by 4 is equals to 3 times a. Now 30 plus 11, that is 41. 41 minus 8. So 41, 11 minus 8, 3. What we have to do? 41 minus 8. So 11 minus 8, 3 and 3, 33. So it is 33 divided by 4 equal to 3 times a. So therefore I will have a equal to 11 divided by 4. The value of a is 11 divided by 4. So this is how we get the value of a, b and c, isn't it? Okay, right? Here the way I find the value of a, b and c is little different from the previous problem. Okay, what we have done, we have, okay, find out two variables by proper substitutions, and third variable, for that we have to use the values which I got for value of variables say b and c or a and b, like that. Yes, but I hope you understand this, right? Fine. Now let us move to the third problem. This problem, next problem, okay, again here we can factorize this denominator. This is of the form of a cube plus b cube. So you know the formula of a cube plus b cube, it is a plus b, that is x plus 1, then a square, that is x square, minus ab, so minus x, plus b square, that is plus 1. Now one factor is linear, the other factor is quadratic. Can I make this as linear factor? So 1 I cannot divide, so that their addition is minus 1 and product is plus 1. So I will put this term as it is, and here I am going to write a upon x plus 1 plus bx plus c. Okay, this is third type we are discussing, bx plus c upon x square minus x plus 1. Okay, now again you have to make denominator same. So your right hand side you will write a times x square minus x plus 1 plus bx plus c times you will write x plus 1. Okay, and your denominator is going to be x plus 1 x square minus x plus 1. Okay, and your left hand side is x divided by x plus 1 into x square minus x plus 1. Okay, now from left hand side and right hand side denominators are same, you can cancel them and you will get x is equals to a times x square minus x plus 1 plus bx plus c times x plus 1. Okay, now first method we are going to discuss. You can use second method also, you can expand here and then solve. Okay, now as I prefer to use solve problems by substitution, I am going to use substitution method. Okay, so for that what we will substitute? Okay, you can see that you can substitute x is equals to minus 1. Okay, so put x is equals to minus 1. When you put x is equals to minus 1, you will get minus 1 equal to a times x is equals to minus 1, so minus 1 square is plus 1, then x is minus 1, so minus of minus it will become plus 1 plus 1, so 3 times a is equals to minus 1. Rest term is 0 because 0 multiplied by bx plus c is 0, so I have minus 1 equal to 3a. So this gives me the value of a as minus 1 upon 3. So I got the value of a. Now here second I will choose the value of x as 0. Okay, I will put x is equals to 0 and a as minus 1 upon 3. Now by this choice of x, what will happen? The value of b will become 0 and I can get the value of c as the value of a is already known to me. So I will put x is equals to 0, so I get 0 equal to the value of a is minus 1 upon 3. Then inside bracket I have 0, so 0 minus 0 0 plus 1, it is 1. Then here plus this b term will become 0, so I have only c term, and here I will say that x plus 1, so the value of x we have taken 0, so it is 1. So therefore I have c is equals to 1 upon 3. So by choosing the value of x, okay, like this, you can find the value of c. So you have value of a, you have value of c. Now to get the value of b, I have value of a and value of c, so I can take any other value for x. So put, we have used 0, minus 1, so let us take x is equals to plus 1. So I have 1 equal to minus 1 upon 3. Then inside bracket we have 1 square is 1 minus 1 plus 1. Then I have plus, inside bracket b into 1 is b plus c, the value of c we got 1 upon 3, and here x plus 1, so 1 plus 1 is 2. So therefore I will say that 1 is equals to, here 1 cancel, it is minus 1 upon 3 plus, I open this bracket, so I have 2b plus 2 upon 3. So therefore 1 is equals to 2 upon 3 minus 1 upon 3 is 1 upon 3 plus 2b. Therefore 2b is equal to 1 minus 1 upon 3 is equals to 3 minus 1 is 2 upon 3. So 2b is equals to 2 upon 3, therefore the value of b is equals to 1 upon 3. So the value of b we got 1 upon 3. Alright, now I have the value of a, b and c. I will put here a minus 1 upon 3 upon x plus 1. I will put in place of b as 1 upon 3 and I will put in place of c as 1 upon 3. Now if I expand this, okay, then I have 3 equations. I have to solve those 3 equations and I get the value of a, b and c. And I think in this problem, in this type of problem, you can do that method that you will find little easy, or you will find like this method only. So as it is little easy or like this only, so preferable is this method. You follow this method and solve the problems. Yes, I hope you understand how to solve partial fraction problems. Okay, now these 5 problems, if you understand well, you can write any proper fraction in the form of partial form. Okay, so you can convert in partial fraction. Yes, I hope you like the video. Thank you for watching this video.